Week 10 of the End Zone. We didn't crown a division champion tonight in Region 2-4A, but we're getting close. The battle of black and gold between Itawamba and Pontotoc was a slugfest. And our power of perfect between Tupelo and West Point, and both teams had, for all intents and purposes, a bye-win week this week. And then it's time to rise for many of our area teams trying to find their spot in our playoff positioning. We'll have it all coming up.
The WCBI EndZone Show with Robbie Donahoe and Tom Ebel is brought to you by OCH Regional Medical Center, Carl Hogan Toyota, East Mississippi Community College, and Max South.
It's week 10 of the End Zone presented by OCH Regional Medical Center and our great partners with us as well, Carl Hogan Toyota, East Mississippi Community College, and Max South, Tom Ebel, Robbie Donahoe. It is week 10, and we're crowning some division champs tonight.
Can you believe it?
Crazy.
I was talking to someone at Columbus today, like, what week is it? We're already talking playoffs already?
We're going to be having playoff seedings and brackets next Friday here on the End Zone, so get pumped and get excited for that.
A lot of people looking to clinch those playoff spots today.
Many teams did. Let's go right into our Carl Hogan Toyota Game of the Week, which they're one team. If Itawamba won, they'd win the division title. If Pontotoc won, we'd have to wait one more week before we figured it all out. We're going to have to wait one more week.
WCBI High School Football Game of the Week is brought to you by Carl Hogan Toyota in Columbus.
The Toyota 4Runner from Carl Hogan Toyota drives like a dream, but if you want a big, sturdy, rigid car, that's the one for you. Come get yourself one Carl Hogan Toyota, one of my favorite entrances in all of high school football. Itawamba running out, getting ready to go against Pontotoc. In first quarter, as I mentioned, slugfest. Here's Jamal Sherpa rumbling with a purpose for a first down. That would lead to a 36-yard field goal from Skylar Grissom, sneaking it inside the left upright. Good. 3-0 lead for Itawamba after one. Second quarter, now we get some points. Jackson Orr stepping up into the pocket, finding a wide open Layden Bryan, 56 yards, gone. 10-0 lead for Itawamba. The Indians had this one on lock. Then Pontotoc got tricky. Double reverse.
Yes.
Austin Morphus from Gabe Harmon going to hook up with Caleb Hobson, who had himself quite a night on special teams and everywhere. Gets the first down there, and no points there. This was the play that changed the game before the end of the half. Jackson Orr passing, pass tipped, and then intercepted off the deflection by Hayes Wilson, who takes it back for a pick six. At that point, Pontotoc had not scored, and they couldn't score. They couldn't get anything going, but the Warriors win 28-16. Then Grapes got a big win. They now take control of that division. They play Shannon next Friday with a win over Shannon. Pontotoc wins the division, and also Gabe Harmon set the all-time leading rushing record with the win tonight over Itawamba. So we'll have to wait one more week to figure out what's all going down in Region 2-4A. We don't really have to wait very long to figure out what's going on with West Point. They're playing Grenada. You can already sort of guess what's going to happen with this one.
A lot of divisions up in the air, but hey, Chris Calvert's got the chain. But pinch me if you've heard this story before. Marcus Murphy to Jason Brownlee. If you leave him in one-on-one coverage, you're just asking the man to score a touchdown. So Jason makes it 7-0 West Point right off the bat. In the very next possession, Marcus Murphy, he's looking back to pass. He doesn't need to. He's going to take off on the run, and Marcus's jersey is going to stay fast, squeaky clean. The ref is the only one that got in the way of Marcus in that one. West Point rolls 48-0. I think it's 14 points they've given up in divisional play so far.
Sounds about right.
Something like that?
Yeah.
Can't be too far off.
No. All right, the flood zone. Tupelo taking on DeSoto Central. Defense showing up off the tip from Jet Johnson. It's Peter Gray with the interception. He takes it back all the way to the 10-yard line, and then Blankets in business on the opening drive. And on the very next play, it's Stefan McGlon taking it off the left side, rumbling forward, 10-yard touchdown. He got touched, but it was in the end zone, so that's not a good place to touch him. 7-0 lead for Tupelo. Next, Golden Wave possession. Stefan McGlon just dumping one out to J-Rock. Jaquarius Williams going to pick up a decent gain, but that would set up this. McGlon My word, the kid's got a cannon. When you have a receiver like Jordan Jernigan, one-on-one, you're not stopping that. And the best part about it is, no, you can't have the ball. No, you can't stop me. I'm going to have a touchdown. Tupelo wins 48-14. They now have more interceptions this year than points given up, I think, or something like that.
That's insane.
It's ridiculous. There's some weird stats going on with that Tupelo defense.
Staying in 6A, first ever matchup between Columbus and Oxford. A defensive slugfest in this one. J.R. McGlure, low snap, huge host of Columbus Falcons come in for the sack. This one, a bruiser all throughout the game, actually, but Oxford gets it rolling in the first half. McGlure out to Jaquan Webb. Can't give this guy any open room.
Nope.
20 yards in the blink of an eye, so Oxford rolling. Then my man Jeremiah Pegues. This big fella's a sophomore. Look at this guy. Look at, put on the brakes. Putting people on skates. Pegues gets in for the touchdown. He'd have 2 touchdowns in this one. He'd be the only touchdowns for Oxford as the Chargers win 17-7. Columbus playing a slugfest with Oxford.
Yeah, fought hard.
Tough with new starting quarterback. It's been a tough road for Columbus, but got to give up for the effort.
They'll get there. To Starkville taking on Murrah. Jackets will have much tougher games down the road. Malik Brown going to hook up with Rufus Harvey, who very nearly got to the end zone, pulled down by the jersey at the 12. And never fear, here comes Drake Clark. 5-yard touchdown, 7-0 lead for the Jackets. And the buzz continued, and it was Drake one more time on a touchdown run. Starkville, they really only needed to score that first touchdown because they won 56-0 over Murrah. They'll have Warren Central coming up. That'll decide the division, but right now the Jackets have this division on lock. South Panola winning tonight at South Haven as we get some scores. Tigers win 28-7. Lafayette over Center Hill 47-14. Saltillo hung around but fell at Lewisburg 34-10. Corinth winning at New Albany 41-20. Senatobia defeating Tisch County 49-14. Byhalia hung around with Ripley, but the Tigers do win over Byhalia 46-27.
So we talked a little bit at the beginning of the show with the game of the week. This division a little bit clustered at the top.
Yes,
Shannon looking to keep it that way. This is Tywan Whitfield. Nice game for a first down. Shannon already up 14-7 here. A few plays later, it'll be Aaron Curry taking the handoff. Follow those blockers. 13's like, yeah, you're good.
No, you can have the touchdown.
Got it, bro. So 20-7 after the 2-point conversion is no good. Shannon still leads. The Red Raiders defense coming out with some fury. Jalen McClendon, he's going to come up with the sack here. And the Red Raiders keep the offense rolling in this one. Jordan Gilliland is going to find a beautiful slant pattern there to Augusta Cox for the touchdown. Red Raiders win 50-14 to give that division a little bit of a 3-way party.
Yeah, if Shannon wins next Friday at Palm could get really interesting. Amory's had a really tough 3-week stretch. They were back at home tonight taking on Caledonia. Look at this throw from Hunter Jones to Trendon Gillian for the touchdown. 14-0 lead for Amory. After a turnover, the Panthers would get it back. And Jones is going to hook up with J.J. Jernigan, who's really good in the open space. He gets down to the 20. But you know what he's also good, apparently, is throwing. As he's going to hook up with Gillian one more time for the touchdown right there. It's 21-0 Amory. But no, this play is better. Before the end of this first half, now, short kick from the Feds. Tamarcus Harvey's going to pick it up at the 4-yard line. And oh no, he's got a convoy out in front. It's a kick 6. Amory goes up 28-0. They lead 35-0 at the half. And the Panthers win 42-0 over Caledonia. Amory more than likely has that 4 seed pretty much locked up from Region 2-4.
New Hope with a tough battle against undefeated Jackson Prep and Jerry and Ely. And, you know, it's very tough to stop that guy, Jerry. And Chance Laverdage finds Ely. He's going to jump over a couple defenders, loses the ball, but it's ruled a touchdown. So it's 28-14 Jackson Prep here early on. Tough first half, tough end of the first half for New Hope, I should say. Kyrie Fields under a little bit of pressure. He's going to be picked off by Wilson Mink in plus territory. So that leads to a Jackson Prep field goal. So it's 31-14 at halftime. This on the second play out of halftime. Kyrie Fields lofts it up to that big fella, Jeremy Tate, who takes it 75 yards to the barn for the touchdown. New Hope playing Jackson Prep tough, but to beat the Patriots coming away with a 45-28 victory.
When we come back on the End Zone, we are crowning division champions in Region 4-4A and Region 4-3A. Show me numbers, I can't keep track of them all. Knoxville County and Choctaw County both 1 win away from division crowns. How would they fare? And some teams, you're You can't win the division title. Okay, try to find your seed. Aberdeen, Houston, Louisville all trying to do so tonight. And who owns 2A? Found out tonight. We have a new division champion out of this area. And we'll try to put you back. Welcome back into the end zone, right back into the highlights. We're crowning division champions tonight. One of those, Noxubee County. Tyrone Shorter, we're in the pink. Noxubee taking on Leak Central, and we're getting some Armani Clark to Keziah Pruitt action. Rolling left, going to find number 8. Gets it down to about the 5-yard line. Jaqueline Smith, after a penalty, would go right up the middle, got some good blocking, follows his blocks, and there he is. He's got himself a touchdown. Noxubee, it's continuing to add to their lead, and it's more Armani, more Keziah. Little bubble screen, and he turns it upfield, gets it down inside the 15-yard line, and just like how that last drive started, we're going to finish it off with the same way. Jaqueline Smith ends it with a 10-yard touchdown run. Noxubee, your division champs out of Region 4 4As. They win 44-0. So many fours. Tigers win over Leak Central. Louisville trying to wrap up the 2 seed out of Region 4 4A tonight. The Power Cats taking on Kosciuszko, and they were taking on the Whippets, and the Whippets were whipped good by Louisville. That was Kenneth Knowles on the run. Kenneth Knowles again on the run. Couldn't get anything here. But Brent Shoemaker going to be your quarterback for Louisville. He's going to find a wide open Purvis Frazier for the touchdown. That's an end zone photo shoot guy. We've seen him many times.
Purvis has quietly been a local here on the end zone.
He's been really good this year. Louisville gets the win tonight over Kosciuszko. Going to be your 2 seed out of that region more than likely. Power Cats win 41-7. We have a new division champ, by the way.
For 3A, Choctaw County on the roll. South Pontotoc, we talked about it at 10. Cole Brown out for South Pontotoc. Just a heartbreaking loss for the Cougars. But they're still playing tough. Here they forced the fumble. They're trying to get something to happen. So 4th down here. Wolf Fleming on the play action pass. He's going to roll right. He's going to end up getting the first down here. He's pushed out of bounds, but the drive would end up stalling. So the Chargers back on offense. Is Isaiah Hannon this time. He's going to get the handoff. Watch Isaiah rumble. He's going to find his blockers. He's going to stiff arm his own man, rumble down into plus territory. So later on, it's former student athlete of the week, Austin Toleno. My main man, nothing tripping on this one. A beautiful back shoulder fade. That's Bryce Utley. The beautiful concentration for number 12 for the touchdown. Choctaw County, first year for Ben Ashley. They're your divisional champs in 4-3A with a 35-8 win over South Pontotoc. How about that? So Houston at Aberdeen. We all love points here.
I do. Yeah.
This is football. Again, Dejon Dobbs. He's off to the races.
Untouched.
No one is catching him. A very clean jersey on that run, number 6. So it's 6-0 Aberdeen right off the bat. But here comes Houston for the answer. Another man who's made, I would say, a healthy living here on the end zone. Jalen May, nice run, rumbles for a first down here. Also, bear with me with this highlight. Bobby Townsend is going to have a good gain here, but you're going to lose him for a little bit. Where did Bobby go? There he is. He keeps on rolling. He's going to rumble all the way down to the 2-yard line. And it'd be that man, number 4, Uriah Shepard. He's going to thank Bobby for the very long run. He's going to keep it here for the touchdown. That tied up early. More points after this one. So it's 57-34. Houston gets the W. I would say that is a lot of more points.
Yeah, it's a lot of more points.
Whatever.
It's a spicy meatball. Nettleton wins at Hatley. Nettleton trying to keep pace with South Pontotoc for possibly getting the 4 seed out of that division. Water Valley sets up a division title game against #1 North Panola next Friday as they win 64-28. Boonville over Mantachi 43-12. Kossuth defeats Belmont 42-21. We determined this before the show. North Pontotoc wins the division championship out of Region 1 3A as they take down Alcorn Central 47-8. Faulkner defeats Bruce 26-21. Strayhorn over Walnut 12-6. And Winona, they win over East Webster 40-17. Winona wins, and coupled with the Calhoun City win, they win the division. Would Calhoun City win? Well, let's show you tonight. They were on the road at Inabana, taking on LaFleur County, and JoJo Gray going up top. Chardarius Hill gets one inside the red zone, and that would lead to Treshawn Cooper,
top play alert,
who gets a fortuitous bounce here. Watch this. He gets stripped from behind, but it keeps his eyes on the ball, and he picks it up in the end zone for a touchdown. That's a great play.
Number 8 was like, give me a break.
Oh, yeah,
no
come on.
way.
Calhoun City scored 77 points. They win 77-29. The Wildcats, it's like every other week, they just have to remind us that they can score a ton of points. They're averaging 50 a game, by the way. And then to our Thursday game, Baldwin and East Union. How about the Bearcats? You know, they lost their first division game of the year, I believe, to Walnut, and now they're starting to really put it together, it looks like.
All behind, I think we talked about it at 10 as well, Johndrix Robinson had a heck of a game in this one. To kind of, it really did put Baldwin on his back. You know, John Swinney had a good game as well, but the thing with Baldwin, you know, we've seen Baldwin in the past, you know, airing it out, and now they're getting down on the ground with Johndrix Robinson. So Baldwin is another one of those teams. They always find a way to win in division. And then they start getting really good once postseason play starts. And it looks like they're putting it together. There's that one of those Johndrix Robinson. I think you said that Baldwin's won 34 straight years in the
34
division?
straight division
Something
championships.
Like that?
Yeah, I think it's their 5th straight. Baldwin wins over East Union 42-0. All right, when we return on the end zone, much more to get to. Everyone is chasing Okolona in Region 1 1A. Those two chasers, TCPS and Smithville, just so happen to be playing tonight. Who's going to get the home field advantage out of that region going to playoffs? And we're chasing the Storm, which is Thunder and Lightning in Anahuaya, French Camp, Noxapater, Vardaman all in action. We'll tell you and show you how they did. And Starkville Academy, the Volunteers, 1 win away from a division crown. Could the Vols pull it off and get it done tonight? We'll show you when we come back.